Oral Roberts, what a tremendous team. Coach Springman, my buddy over there, Sam Patterson that helps out the offense. So they're just hard to guard. And guarding the three-point line we knew was going to be the key to the game. And I thought we made it difficult in stretches, especially on McBride. Like McBride didn't get a lot of looks, and we guarded him well, but we just didn't do a good enough job guarding the three-point line, is the bottom line. But two areas that I felt like we could dominate. One was on the glass, 21 offensive rebounds, paint points. Felt like that was a big part of the game because they give up two-point field goals, and how could we leverage the rim? And I thought just the rebounding and our ability to get it to the paint really and to get to the free throw line was a big part of this game. This team continues to grow. I think we're getting better. We obviously took a step back guarding the three-point line tonight, but in other areas, I thought we did better. I mean, we didn't turn the ball over much till the very end when we started getting pressured. We didn't close the game very well, but I was thrilled with our physicality, and that's a good team. That's a team that knows how to win, and they can put you in some bad spots, and so give them credit for really playing well offensively.
Coach, you talked about earlier this week about how you wanted the team to be aggressive on the defense but limit the fouling. How do you think they performed when they didn't, or Roberts didn't take a free throw shot until 31 minutes into the game?
Well, maybe we should have fouled a few more times to be more aggressive. I mean, honestly, just felt like we didn't have the urgency that we needed on some of the closeouts, and they were just shooting rhythm shots. So it's two sides to that, as we know. I do think Warren's activity, especially when we did make our run, he's really big for us. I mean, just his ability to move and block shots, and when he's at his best, we're at our best defensively.
You talked about also making sure that in the aggressiveness of team rebounding, you had almost every player with at least 3 rebounds and 2 players with double-digit rebounding. What does that say to you about how your team can, take the instruction and put it to use?
I mean, this is a team that loves competing. They come to practice every day, and our guys, they're bringing it every day. Just, it's going to take some time for us to figure out the attention to detail that you got to have over the course of the game. I mean, the rebounding part, you could see our guys improved in that area, but the attention to the details as we get fatigued, we're settling too much and we're not competing like we need to.
Last one for me. With this game, how close do you feel that you're getting to where you feel comfortable when Big 12 play starts?
I think we'll have a good stretch here where a lot of different teams create different problems for us, and to solve those is going to be huge in the learning curve of us being where, you get in a game like this, and although you may not give up rebounds, you give up a team that makes threes, and you give up 16 threes. I mean, I think this team needs to continue to be about it, and I've got to do a great job in a short amount of time of getting guys ready that maybe didn't even play tonight, and to have other options. And I do think we're starting to get a flow offensively. It's just our urgency defensively has got to improve.
Coach, with Robert Jennings coming in, spelling Washington tonight, and he rebounded pretty well. He kind of struggled offensively at times, but I guess what did you see from him tonight and throughout the week to lead up to him playing, I guess, over guys like Lindsey and EY?
Yeah, he's got the most experience in this league, and he's got the most experience in guarding the way we want to guard. So I think there's a ramp up there that he missed 2 months in the fall where he didn't practice because of a lower leg problem. So for us, it's leaning on some experience with him. But I think all those other guys are in play, honestly. And we've been practicing, and they've been just tonight felt like he gave us the best chance with the lineup. And then I thought Lamar had great minutes when he was in there. Like, Lamar is a guy that probably should have went back out there a little bit more, but he was really solid when he was in there. And I could see him kind of moving some parts around to get him some more minutes. But definitely having the experience on Rob's side gave him an opportunity to play.
With that injury you're talking about, how much did that affect him, like in November when he, I guess, didn't really see much of the court during that time?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, anytime he's a guy that I think needs practice and needs continual basketball experience to be good. And the more he plays, the better he'll be. So that's our hope, is we can get him some more practice time, especially this time of year. And speaking of this time of year, I thought for 8 o'clock at the end of finals, I was thrilled about our students that were here. I mean, it's hard to figure that part of it out, and I've been a lot of different places, and I just can't say enough how much I appreciate the students, because it brings a lot of energy to what we're doing. So I'm thankful for the people that were here.
Kerwin has another really strong night offensively, and I thought that he played pretty well defensively. It kind of seemed like they were trying to test him a little bit at times. I guess, what did you see from him, and how does he continue this going forward?
Yeah, I mean, I think what I'll tell you about Kerwin is his size and the way he's moving really is big. And what we've challenged him on is the defensive intensity and rebounding, and his effort. We chart it every day, every practice, and every game. And his effort in those areas is just taken off. And that's why he's playing, I think, so good. But the one thing I thought was underrated about what he did, he made the right plays. I mean, it wasn't just shooting threes. He was driving to the paint and making simple plays and making open passes. And other than that stretch at the very end, I thought, our ability to get Kerwin moving, and he was attacking the basket too, was a big lift.
Oh, just kind of what happened to Joe out there. Obviously, he came back and he was fine. He must have passed whatever test you guys had for him. What kind of transpired there? That bleeding from the mouth, I believe?
Yeah. He just cut his lip, so I anticipate him being okay.
Is it kind of fair to say that you're not completely resetting, but you kind of have to look at this as two different teams, with Devin and without Devin, because of what changes without him now?
Yeah, I honestly believe that we're going to see us being more difficult to defend because of spacing. I think there's some advantages there. And if we can make some open shots consistently and we can continue to create leverage at the rim, I thought Darian Williams' ability to get in the paint tonight was awesome. And he just created opportunities for other people. I mean, he rebounded well, but I thought his leverage on the rim was good. I thought his versatility was good. So, we move him out, and you have more kind of a perimeter ball handler, and then you add shooters around him. It can be more difficult to defend. Obviously, defensively, and it was obvious tonight. I mean, we didn't guard as well without him. So we got to improve defensively.
Well, and you kind of beat me to my next one, Darian. It kind of looked like that he was a little bit more aggressive, especially early offensively. I know you like to say balance is kind of your thing. It could be anybody any given night, but is Darian kind of one of those ones where you could stand to see him be more aggressive, looking for his shot more, or are you okay with the role he's at right now?
Yeah, well, I think we've always anticipated Darian getting better and being a bigger part of what we're doing. I mean, last year he was a 3-to-1 assist to turnover guy. He can make open threes. He gets a little quick, like he did on that press break at the end of the game, where he kind of made a decision before he looked. And he's got such a good feel, and he's such an includer. The ball never really sticks in his hands, but sometimes it goes too quick. And so for us, how do you continue to slow him down where he's making the right reads? But if he's making threes and he's getting to the free throw line 6 times, and we can add his versatility to what we're doing, I think it's a huge advantage for us. And I've said this all along, I think we've got good depth. I mean, with Joe and Pop maybe not playing as well offensively or scoring as much, I mean, you get Kerwin, Darian, and Warren. And then Chance. Yeah, this group's got a lot of different guys that can cause problems for teams. And so we just got to continue to get good at sharing the basketball.
It looked like you ran a lot of good stuff for Warren tonight, particularly at the rim, the lobs and the rolls and stuff like that. Was there sort of a mismatch that you saw there that you were able to exploit, or what was going on there?
Yeah, the biggest thing was they were trying to figure out how to go under some of these ball screens, and they're good when you're in the middle of the floor because they guard it every day. And then how do you create leverage and widen them more and get them moving and get it on the side where doesn't have a tag some. And so I thought he just did a good job of actually screening. And if you go watch our film, he slipped a lot. And tonight he was more physical, actually setting the screen. And then I thought it opened up opportunities. And then that's the advantage of having guys like Kerwin and Deon when he's making threes and Chance. You got that lineup. And I thought Pop made some great decisions in those ball screens too. So now you get multiple guys handling it and multiple guys in space. And I don't know who you help off of if you got a lob threat like Warren. So it definitely was to Warren's credit that he did a great job of actually screening and being physical on those screens to open up opportunities.
All 5 of your starters tonight played at least 30 minutes. Are you okay with that moving forward?
We just knew that we needed to solidify our ability to not turn the ball over and get good shots, and felt like this group had an understanding of how we wanted to defend. I did feel like playing them as many minutes as we did, there was times where we lost concentration defensively because of it. And don't know if moving forward that's going to be the best way, but it felt like tonight it was the best chance for us to win.
Coach, I know in general you weren't happy with the defense, but one player y'all did slow down was McBride. You said Monday that was kind of the key for y'all defensively, just slowing him down at the point of attack. How did you feel like Joe Toussaint did, just fighting over the top of screens and things like that?
Yeah, I mean, that part that's what they do in the middle of the floor. But you also saw what happens when you take that away consistently, and Bedford was a major problem for us. He caught the ball on the wing and just isolated and made some really good one-on-one plays, honestly. It just caught it and rose up over the top of us, and that's where making them drive where we want them to, we need to improve on. But we did a good job on McBride, but it opened up opportunities for Thompson and Bedford to get loose, and that they're difficult. Weaver going 1 for 8's big because he's had games where he's made 4 threes. So it just spreads you out and gets you in a lot of different problems, and that's to their credit. They've done a fantastic job with their team.
I think I remember you saying something about Pop maybe feeling like he's pressing a little bit offensively. I know there was a time today where he took a contested 3, and I saw you on the from the sideline kind of throw your hands up or something. Do you feel like that's still maybe a little bit of a problem for him, where the shot selection is a bit forced?
Honestly, I think he's improved dramatically. I just think over the course of the game, as you know, you get put in a lot of situations as much as he's handling the basketball where you want to take the right shots. And I think he's really improved in that area. I think he's taking the right shots, I mean, I feel like it just is a matter of letting the game continue to come to him. And I do believe he'll make them and will get this team going in the right direction. Specifically him.
I know a long way for this team to go, but with Warren playing really well and his good friend Devin being hurt, and then Kerwin starting in his place and playing well, what do you think that says about this team to be able to step up like that?
Yeah, I'll tell you what it says is they honestly really love being around each other every day. Like, I don't know what y'all do every day and who you get to be around, but I'm thankful that these guys genuinely care about each other, and it's not just basketball related. So when Devin went down, you could tell these guys really want to be good for him. And Devin's a fun guy. He's rolling around on his chair, encouraging people, and he hasn't lost any energy. That's what I'll give him credit for. He's still the same Dev, and it hasn't slowed down his ability to lead our team. And you can tell these guys really love him, and they want to play well because they know he would want to be out here, and he doesn't get the opportunity. So it's kind of a wake-up call for anybody on our roster. Like, hey, it could be over at any minute for you in this season. You never know. So while you get the opportunity to play, let's get after it. We didn't do that well from the three-point line, but you can tell these guys do love each other and care about it.
And, Coach, you guys shot 4 free throws in the first half and 20 in the second half. Was there a concerted effort to get to the rim more, or do you think that maybe fouls were getting called more or something like that?
Over the course of the game, and they play a lot of guys a lot of minutes, just like we do. So they got 2 guys with 40 and somebody with 35. So when they do that, and those guys, it eventually starts to open up. So how do you keep putting pressure on them where they have to? That's where late in the game I felt like we settled too many times for threes, when you can just keep going and getting a piece of the paint, then make the next one. But I thought it was just a consistent effort to offensive rebound every time, and a consistent effort to push in transition, and a consistent effort to keep attacking the paint first and not just settle. And I thought our guys did that in a way that gave us an opportunity to get to the free throw line in the second half. All right, thank you.